Hello, I'm Jeff Brickler with CADTALK, and today I'll be demonstrating the Windchill PLM integration with IFS Cloud. Currently, you're looking at Windchill PLM with an assembly, a carburetor assembly. Today I'll be demonstrating how CADTALK handles the transformation of Windchill data, including WT parts or CAD documents and structures into IFS Cloud. So I'll be showing this particular assembly. It is a sub-assembly that has sub-assemblies in it as well as subcomponents. I'm going to transfer that data into IFS Cloud, creating new parts, updating existing parts, setting revisions, being able to attach documents, both in the IFS Cloud engineering parts and structures, manufacturing parts and structures, as well as project deliverables. Today I'll be demonstrating just the inventory parts and product structures, but CADTALK does support all three of those interfaces. It is multi-site, so CADTALK can support multi-site, creating everything that you need from PTC Windchill into IFS Cloud without the need of going into IFS Cloud to do additional work. I will switch over to the CADTALK interface. So now you are looking at the CADTALK standalone host. The CADTALK standalone host allows for configuration. It also allows for on-demand transfer of data between PTC Windchill and IFS Cloud. This interface can also be turned into a fully automated bidirectional connection between PTC Windchill and IFS. Today I'm demonstrating the interactive mode so that everyone can see what the data looks like, how everything saves, and then just know how that CADTALK can be turned into an automated service. That is a current offering that is available. So first thing is I'm already logged into IFS Cloud. So CADTALK does support the latest IFS Cloud APIs as well as the Windchill APIs. So I'm already logged into both systems, have that live connection. I'm going to search for my WT parts. I'm going to search for that particular carburetor and load that out of Windchill. Select this particular one, select OK. Then CADTALK will begin to extract all the metadata from Windchill. So that's all the part information, all the descriptions, quantities, custom parameters that Windchill has, any kind of data that Windchill has that we need to transfer into IFS Cloud. CADTALK can access that, including documents, and transfer that information to IFS Cloud. Now, as it begins to process, it has that live connection. Will then show in this interface, as you see here, a proposed bill of material. So CADTALK is not a third system. You don't save any data in CADTALK. It really is the transformation engine, the platform for transforming the engineering data, that PLM data, out of Windchill into that IFS data that you need. So just right now you're looking at the CADTALK workbench. So this is an in-between place. It allows you to take the data from Windchill and see what it looks like, what will happen in IFS Cloud once we save. So right now you're looking at the structure of what will go into IFS once we save. So notice I have access to all of this data in IFS. So look on the left-hand side, all the properties that IFS Cloud supports on the part master as well, whether that's inventory or engineering. I support that data, and I can turn on and off any kind of information that I want. So notice all the fields are accessible. CADTALK does work multi-site, so if you have one Windchill site, which is very typical, and you want to send that data to multiple sites in IFS Cloud, CADTALK does support that. Notice I have that site access here. I can create the same bill of material and same parts in multi-sites. So notice I have access to documents, revisions, add the descriptions, unit of measure. Again, all the other data that you might need for the IFS integration with PTC Windchill. So notice I can also turn on other data. Like, let me turn on, for example, the type, whether it's purchased or manufactured. part type. So notice with CADTALK, I can automatically set things like part type. So if you have a parameter in Windchill that determines whether the part is manufactured or purchased, CADTALK can automatically set that in IFS Cloud. If you have different sites where you want it to be manufactured in one site but purchased in the other, CADTALK has the ability to configure to automate that process of setting up as manufactured in one site and purchased in other. CADTALK is an extremely flexible tool that allows you to be configured right in the interface for whatever you need. So notice that everything in CADTALK is color-coded, red, yellows, and greens. So notice all the yellow is highlighting. That's where I'm going to be able to write data. So notice I have access to all those fields where I can write data in IFS Cloud. All these red icons indicate that these parts are brand new, and we'll be creating them in IFS Cloud once I save. So CADTALK does work fully indented. So if I scroll down, you'll see that full indentation here. So here you can see a throttle body as well as its subcomponents. And if I scroll down, I can see that entire bill of material right in this interface. CADTALK also tracks all the changes that you'll be making. So if you were to make any changes between IFS Cloud and Windchill, CADTALK will track all of those changes here on the right. And in interactive mode, you'd be able to see what these changes are, where we're writing that data. Now, you may be thinking, how do you configure CADTALK? How do you know what data must be transferred and where it goes in IFS? How do you do all of that automation? Well, all of that automation can be done in our rules engine. Now, before I get to that rules engine, let me save so that you can see what it looks like in IFS. So once I hit that save button, all those red icons, all of those yellow highlighting, everything that you see in that interface will be updated in IFS Cloud. So CADTALK will go to IFS, will generate all the new part masters. So that would be master part data, inventory part data, and all the different sites that you need it. It will save that data all the way down through every subassembly in the bill of material. And once it's finished, it will refresh green in the interface and be ready to go with whatever the next steps are in IFS Cloud. So as that finishes, let me switch over to IFS. And I'll come in here to the product structure, search in site 103, which is where I am. And I can search for that carburetor. As my IFS Cloud refreshes. Okay, good. There's that carburetor. I could do that search. Let me find that carburetor 220. Going to go ahead and search here. Here we go, carburetor 220. Do my search. And you'll be able to see that bill of material here in the interface. Actually, let's go back to CADTALK now and check out how the process is going. Oh, it's still saving. Now it's finished. So now let's take this particular carb assembly, this 220 carb assembly, go back to IFS Cloud and do that search. Paste that in there. There's the carb assembly. Do the search. There we go. So I had to turn off the revision number. I didn't have that right revision. So excellent. So now you can see, right, there's that fully indented bill of material, all the subcomponents that we created. So CADTALK created everything that you see here and all the subassemblies. So if I were to drill down into the subassemblies and the structures, CADTALK creates that all that structure all the way down. So again, notice what you saw was creating the top level part, master part and inventory part, all the master and inventory parts below, and the bill of material in IFS Cloud. So switching back to CADTALK, how is CADTALK configured? It's really simple to connect to between IFS Cloud and Windchill. I simply can come in here and point to my IFS Cloud server and log in. And then for Windchill is the same. point to my my Windchill server and log right in with my credentials. Now, how does CADTALK handle all of the rules between Windchill and IFS? That's simply done through our expression builder, our rules-based engine that defines all the objects, all the transformation objects between Windchill and IFS. So notice I have all the Windchill data on the left and then all the different aspects of the data on the right for IFS. So that would include inventory parts, engineering parts. So the flexibility of CADTALK allows you to integrate to multiple places in IFS and to configure CADTALK to fit your needs. So we don't ever do customizations. Everything is configurable right inside the product, and that allows us for easy upgrades in the future. And you know that CADTALK will continue to support your integration needs as you upgrade IFS Cloud on that evergreen cycle. Getting back to the CADTALK interface, as I mentioned, if you do make any changes between IFS Cloud and PTC Windchill, any changes at all those changes will be seen in CADTALK. Just to demonstrate what it looks like, if I simulate a change in CADTALK that comes from Windchill, CADTALK will flag that, show it to you here on the right as in the changes pane as something that has changed. And then, of course, on the description, highlight it here on the right to show you what the changes were. So I can also right-click and see what the original was, what the current is. So I have all the visibility that I need for what changes are happening, when they're happening, and whether I want to accept them or not. I also have the full ability in this this interactive mode to be able to add additional non-Windchill parts. Now that could be because of how the engineering team does its modeling. If it's a true PLM and they're managing everything in PLM, then most likely you would never need to add additional parts or routings. But if you use Windchill more as a PDM system and you're not really managing everything in Windchill, you can also use either CADTALK or IFS Cloud to enter additional parts. So I can right-click, add new structures. I can search IFS to add new parts like consumables like paint or glue or things like that. I can even come down here on my routing, and if I want to be able to add my routings in here, I can do that as well. So I can right-click in here and add routing operations directly in CADTALK. Great for someone who works in manufacturing if that person wants to be able to add their value before going into IFS. Again, none of that's required, but all just good potential in terms of how you use CADTALK to be flexible to fit your needs. Okay, that completes the demonstration with CADTALK, Windchill, and IFS Cloud. Just to review, CADTALK is a pre-built API integration between PTC, Windchill, WT parts, and CAD documents, and multiple places in IFS Cloud, including engineering, manufacturing, and project deliverables. It is 100% configurable right in the CADTALK interface with our sophisticated rules engine that allows us to write simple or complex rules about how the data should be transferred between PTC, Windchill, and IFS Cloud. Thank you for watching today's demonstration. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I am Jeff Brickler at CADTALK, at jeff.brickler@cadtalk.com. Thank you very much.